Hello citizens and welcome back. This is our match reaction for City 3, Aston Villa 1 in the Premier League, so make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well, and let's jump into it. So this game was huge for City, it really was. It was a must-win game and we needed to win, and we did get the win, fortunately, but we also needed to put in a performance to go alongside it as well. All since Christmas, we've been playing pretty poorly. We had a dire performance against Tottenham last weekend, and this was a big statement of intent from us, particularly with Arsenal coming up on Wednesday as well. Now, going into this game, we've just been charged by Premier League for allegedly breaking financial fair play rules. And for me, it was only going to go one or two ways. Either the players were going to turn up and absolutely destroy Villa from the beginning, or they weren't going to turn up and it's going to be a drab affair that 0-0 or 1-0 to Villa, something like that. Fortunately for us, the boys did turn up and they put in a solid performance. They were backed by the crowd as well, by the way. Right from the beginning, even before the game started, the crowd were phenomenal today. The City fans, loud as anything, brilliant throughout, sang their hearts out for the team, and of course, booing the Premier League anthem at the beginning. Expected, to be honest with you, and it just feels like everyone's against us at the moment. And I think that kind of transferred from the crowd to the players, particularly in the first 20 to 30 minutes, because we absolutely went at Villa. Now, Pep did make some changes from the Tottenham game, much needed, of course, and I think that really helped as well going into this one, because we got to see Laporte at left back, Walker at right back, Rodri played at centre back alongside Diaz. It was very good to see Diaz back, and he put in a good performance as well. Midfield, he put Bernardo there, who's more concentrating on helping the defence than going forward, helping them out, and then you had De Bruyne and Gundogan pulling the strings alongside him. Up front, Mahrez, Grealish, and Haaland. Now, that front three hasn't always worked, but in the first half, I thought they did really well together. Now, like I said, we got off to a fantastic start in this game. We scored nice and early. A Rodri header from a corner. Wonderful goal it was. Martinez couldn't keep it out. And from then on, really, we controlled possession. We dictated the play. And the big change in this game compared to our last few performances is that we played with pace. We attacked Villa down the lines. We went for the byline. We put balls into the box. We caused them all kinds of problems. And when we quickened the pace up, when we were playing 1-2 touch football in the middle of the pack, they couldn't keep up with it. It's something we've not seen too often. We see City go forward, hold up the play, pass it around between the halfway line and the back four. And today, they didn't do that in the first half. They just attacked Villa from the beginning. They tried to enjoy their football, and it showed. And the crowd were up for it. The crowd got behind them. And it was just like a lovely thing at the time. There's a lot of momentum in the game, and nothing Villa could do was stopping it, really. Yeah, they had a couple of counter attacks, but really City were on top all the way through that 45 minutes, and we didn't give them a sniff of anything. Well, actually, that's not true. Walker gave the ball away to Watkins halfway through the first half, but a wonderful challenge by Diaz. Like I said, lovely to have him back. Took Watkins and the ball out. Great performance. Now, the second half, of course, it did die down, but we were already 3-0 up by then. So the second half for me, I'm going to write off as we're just taking control of the situation. We had moments where we were passing the ball for like 10 minutes and Villa not closing us down. Yes, Villa did score a goal, and yes, they caused us a couple of problems late on in the game, but the damage was done in the first half. I think we just reset, getting ready for Arsenal on Wednesday, and that's what it was all about in the second half. So really, we look at that first half performance and we say, it was almost perfect, almost. What was happening? Well, let's start off at the back. Laporte, fantastic on the ball. Nice to see him. He had some wonderful moments, and he was trying through balls as well once he got to the halfway line. He was looking for Gundogan. He was looking for Haaland. Diaz took control of the centre of the pitch. Nice and commanding from him, winning his headers. Like I said, strong in the challenges as well. Walker was getting up and down the pitch quite nicely. His passing was off, but at least he was getting up and down the pitch, and he was helping out Mahrez on the right-hand side. In midfield, Bernardo was dropping back further than he was going forward. And Gundogan dictating play, lovely. And he took his goal really well too. De Bruyne, not really on it today. His passing was off. But I could see what he was trying to do. Whenever he picks up the ball, he spins, he tries to feed Haaland. He was the one that was trying to get us moving quicker and only taking 1 or 2 touches, De Bruyne. He's always wanting to put it in the box, which is what I appreciate. And the front three, Grealish today for me was man of the match. I know Rodri got it, but Grealish was fantastic. 9 out of 10, if not 10. He attacked the fullbacks. He was hitting the byline. He was crossing the ball in plenty. And he's winning all them 50-50s as well. He's winning them one-on-ones. Love Grealish today. Mahrez got his goal, got his assist. Good solid performance from him. The only downside is that Haaland got injured and had to come off at half-time. He collided with Martinez, thigh injury, and he's a bit of a doubt for Arsenal. Hopefully he's back for then. But if not, it's just one of those things, isn't it? And like I said, the damage was done in that first half. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, well, what's changed? Like I said, we played with pace. But look at the corners as well. That's quite telling. How many times have you seen City take short corners this season? You just put the ball in the box. This game against Villa, They just put the ball in the box. That's how we got the first goal. It's how we caused them a couple of problems in that first half as well. They weren't taking short corners. They were just pumping it into the box. A lovely one as well towards Grealish on the edge of the box. He volleyed it just wide. And it was a real good thing to see that the crowd were up for it, the players were up for it, and it looked like Pep was up for it as well. And everything just clicked today. And Villa couldn't live with it. And that's what I want to see going into this Arsenal game. I don't want to see us playing this slow football. We're a bit tentative, a little bit too scared to go forward in case we get countered. I just want to see City playing like they did last season, like they did the season before. Just play with a bit of openness, a bit of freeness, and just attack their defense, because we can score goals. We got quality all over that pitch. We've just not been showing it recently. And that's what I want to say, really. It was a good performance all around. I can't really stick anyone out as a poor performance. Second half, like I said, it dropped off a little bit, but it was always going to. Pep tried to bring in Foden. It was nice to see him. Alvarez had a couple of good moments as well. Wonderful defending, in fact, to stop him from scoring at that back post in that second half. I think it was a Grealish Grealish cross, sorry. And Edison does Edison things, doesn't he? I'm usually surprised if he does make a save. But other than that, honestly, it was a good performance. And it sets us up for this Arsenal game quite nicely, because if we beat Arsenal on Wednesday, we do go top of the league on goal difference. That's something to think about. Arsenal will still have a game in hand. But there's a bit of optimism at the moment. And when the chips are down and it feels like everyone's against your team, like the Premier League, UEFA, and other fans as well, and other clubs, they're all against you. You kind of set up this siege mentality. And we saw that today, and that's kind of how we have to go approach this Arsenal game as well. The players have to think to themselves, we have to prove ourselves here. The fans are going to be right behind them the whole way, of course, and the players need to step up. That's what I want to see going into the Arsenal game. Wonderful performance, wonderful day. Nice to have the 3 points. Put that Tottenham game last weekend behind us, and the season for me starts now. It starts right here. We go into the Arsenal game fresh. We go into the Arsenal game with fresh eyes as well, and a fresh kind of feel to it. It's a chance for us to kickstart the season. Look at it as the first game. If we win that, we go top of the league and we go from there. That's it. That's my match reaction. Hope you all enjoyed it as well. If not, I'm sorry about that. But if you did, make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe. Make sure to follow us on Twitter as well, 9320 Citizens. The link is below. And thank you as always for watching. Bye-bye.